Well, James Gunn has kind of shocked us all with the announcement of a new animated movie called Dynamic Duo. This will follow two orphan thieves, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, on an adventure in Gotham, and it will be animated. Well, let's take a couple minutes to talk about this new series, what we actually know about it, how it'll fit into the new DC Studios plan, and what it means for some of these characters. Now, way back when DC Studios first kicked off and we found out we were going to get Brave and the Bold, we knew Damian Wayne was going to be the primary Robin. But then recently, James Gunn really dropped a shocker on us all when he announced the upcoming animated film, Dynamic Duo. Dynamic Duo will actually be an animated film following the two first Robins, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. And not only that, it's going to be produced by the one and only Matt Reeves, who, as many of you know, brought us Pattinson's The Batman, is currently working on Batman 2, and of course, we're all watching The Penguin. Now, this announcement caught everybody off guard, and we've heard a lot of details and even some mixed reaction, so I thought we could take a couple minutes to talk about the film and what we actually know. Now, I think the first question everybody is asking is not about the animation, but whether or not this will be part of the new DCU. And to that point, I think it's very, very unclear. With Damian Wayne being the primary Robin, we very well could see this as a prequel to that universe and to the Brave and the Bold story. But I'm really unsure about the possibilities of James Gunn, who is a comic wonk, absolutely changing all the origin stories for some of these characters in order to kind of pigeonhole them into this kind of story. It is possible it's part of the DCU, but it's also distinctly possible that it's a standalone tale since it's brought to us by Warner Bros. Animation, and we should be prepared for it not to mean a lot. Now, we do know a couple of facts though. The film will be written by Matthew Aldrich, who's probably best known for writing Coco and Lightyear. Now, fans really liked Coco, and personally, I didn't hate Lightyear, but I've already heard a little bit of rumblings that fans are a little concerned about him as a writer, but I think we should probably give it a chance. Now, the big thing with this film, though, is that it's animated, and it's not just a little animated, it's going to be quite different. Now, the film will be directed by Arthur Mintz from Swaybox, and Swaybox specializes in a puppet animation that combines stop motion and CGI. This will definitely make this film very visually unique, and I think it's going after a very specific position, which is to be DC's answer to Sony's Spider-Verse, at least in visual style. It seems like at this point they're more than likely going to use this combination of puppetry and stop motion, and it will definitely set it apart from traditional animated films. You can actually check out some of Swaybox's work, and I have to say it is definitely pretty unique and could be the very beginning of a new wave of DC projects built around animation, but within this unique framework. Now, as far as the stories go, it's definitely going to be a Robin and Robin tale, specifically Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, and should dive into both origin stories. Now, apparently the story will explore how their friendship is tested by their diverging visions of the future. And although it's not comic accurate, apparently the movie is going to present Dick and Jason at a very similar age. I think it's distinctly possible that this film will see the two characters choose their future paths, with Dick Grayson being inspired by Superman to become Nightwing, and Jason Todd headed down a darker path becoming the Red Hood. Although, if it's going to happen in this movie, I highly suspect it happens without Jason's death. Now, additionally, we are hearing that some of the original Teen Titans, like Wally West, Roy Harper, or Donna Troy, might have small roles in this film, and that could definitely build some interconnectivity between the other DCU movies, specifically Teen Titans, which we are hearing is coming to life over at DC Studios, and even already has a writer attached to it. We're also hearing that Superman could play a very big role, and obviously, the Dark Knight himself will have to fit into the story somewhere. Now, all in all, I'm a little tentative on this. I really don't like changing origin stories, specifically characters that are this classic. But in a sort of standalone world or tale, sometimes it can be a lot of fun. Last Christmas's Merry Little Batman is a great example of how to do that, keep it light and fun, and connect with fans without kind of, well, for lack of a better term, disrespecting those origin stories or how important those stories are to fans. Additionally, once voice casting starts, we might have a better idea of who these characters are going to be, and if they are part of the DCU. They start picking up major Hollywood actors to play Jason and Dick, it'll be a firm indicator that since James Gunn is going to use the same voice talent and animation as actors in live action, well, those would be the guys, and that would be the big reveal. Now, I'm going to give this a chance. I trust James Gunn a lot, and I like this style of animation, but I am a little worried at this point, and until we get confirmation this actually will be in the DCU, I'm going to remain excited, but I love my Robins, and I am pretty protective of those stories that inspired us our whole lives. Till we know more, we're going to have to wait and see.